Um, when I saw the theme for today, I thought to myself, could there be a more self-incriminating theme possible? And immediately my mind reeled to all my debauchery as a teenager, and I thought that'd be too easy. So I'll start my story with, I was dazed and confused as I sat up. And the first thing I remember was hearing a woman's voice, and she said, "Are you all right?" And then I heard a man's voice say to someone else, "You probably shouldn't be doing that." And there was a rhythmic thumping, and my side kept hurting. This was 42 years ago. So when I do my flashback from that, it's only maybe 30 minutes. Back then, we used to ride bicycles everywhere. I see the movie Stranger Things, not the movie, but the series, and that was my youth. We rode bikes. There was no difference between 10 minutes and 10 miles. We just rode everywhere. On this particular day, we were one bike short, and since I'm the youngest and the smallest, I didn't have much say in the matter. I had to ride on the handlebars of a 10-speed. You've done this before, you've seen it, elbows bent backwards, knuckles facing that way, and feet on those tiny little bolts of the front tire. My brother's riding us down the road, and I'm like, Now, one of my greatest gifts has also been one of my biggest problems, is that I bore sort of easily. It's probably just 4 or 5 minutes into the ride when I'm kind of like, oh, this really sucks. And my toe kind of tilts in a little bit, and I hear thump, 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 thump. And I'm like, yeah, I can do a percussion act here. So I start tilting my foot in a little bit more. Thump, 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 thump. When my brother hears it, and the thought process that happened from the next thump, thump to the first word out of his mouth, "Randy!" And then the next thump was a little louder. And as he started to formulate the thought, and before it got to a word, there was a big whack. We flipped over forward, heels over head, and right in the middle of the street, total bike crash. Cars are coming from both directions, and they stop. And they get out, and they're all worried, and the first woman talks, and then my brother stands up quickly, and he starts kicking me. Screaming, "What were you thinking?" I learned 2 valuable lessons on that day. Number 1, it's probably better to hum than try to play the spokes with your toes. And number 2, if that ever happens again, get up really fast and run.